Oh, cool. Okay, hi guys. I will see if anybody joins me first. Give you guys a minute. It says I'm live, so I don't see any comments or anything. I just want to start by saying that when I asked if anybody wanted their tarot done a couple of weeks ago, I really was just bored. And I love doing tarot. I started doing tarot when I was in high school. And for me, it's about meditation. I know a lot of people are skeptical about tarot in that they believe that it's some sort of like direct connection to the powers that be, and it can tell you the truth of anything. And I think, while on some level that's true, it's more about meditation and going within, and not asking like, where will I be next week, but you know, directing your questions, going inward and meditating. Oh, hi Tabby. I'm excited someone joined me. Also, just so you guys know, you can share the video. There's a button at the bottom of the screen. It says share. You can share it to your feed, or you can share it to some friends you think might be interested. And you can start the video over afterwards, in case you wanted to see me being really awkward for about 2 minutes. But I was saying, a lot of people have these woo-woo ideas about what tarot is and does, and I think it's about meditation. And so I wanted to start by kind of demystifying it a little bit. It is based on cards. It's cards, basically. And it was developed in the Italian and French courts as it's a game, as a sort of thing. It has 5 suits, I guess you'd say. There's the first suit that we're going to talk about, which is the Major Arcana. And then there are the 4 suits that you're probably more familiar with, which are wands, swords, cups, and coins. And each of those suits has an ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, page, knight, queen, and king. So that's kind of like what you're used to dealing with playing cards. It's 4 decks, or 4 suits in a deck. What's special about tarot is that 5th deck, and it connects the elements associated with each of the suits to the ethereal, which is why it's kind of an important deck. Hi, Amanda. Hello. So what we're going to talk about first is this, the Major Arcana. The Major Arcana is important because, like I said, you don't find it in a regular deck of playing cards like you do the rest of them. And I don't remember right off the top of my head which suits belong to... Hello, Winston. This is Winston. Hello. Get out of that. Major Arcana is kind of, in the way you use it to meditate, it's the universe screaming at you. These are the universe cards. These are the cards that are the ethereal cards. And I said I wanted to debunk some of that witchy woo associated with tarot, but this is actually where you find the most of it. You can do an entire reading with just these cards. There's 21 cards. Starts with the Fool. He's obviously, she is obviously, and it's 0. I think that's interesting. About to walk off a cliff here. Not looking where he's going. Is the beginning of the journey of the tarot deck. And then you have 21 cards, and it ends with the world. And the world is about the fulfillment of an entire life cycle. So these cards represent the life cycle. Which is why you can do a reading with just these. And I think it's pretty neat. So if anyone has a question, feel free to jump in and ask it, or hit the share button if you think you'll find someone interested in learning about tarot. They can always watch it later. So I thought we'd start with just a quick pull from just the Major Arcana to kind of show you how the life cycles work, what the numbers are, why they're numbered, and some of the symbolism in the cards will jump out because that's what we're gonna do with them. We're gonna we're gonna read them, and in order to read them, you have to understand the symbolism, which will teach us a little bit about each of the suits as well. Hi, Nikki. It's so nice to see you. So, as I was just saying, we're going to pull 3 cards from the Major Arcana, just the Major Arcana part of the deck. And I'm going to do a quick past, present, future. It's one of the easiest tarot card readings to do. It is sometimes incredibly literal. And I suppose I do have a question. And the thing with asking the tarot deck a question, as long as you have a question, you don't have to say it out loud. You don't have to tell your tarot reader. You can just ask it and then just kind of interpret from there. And then, like I said, it's kind of important to be specific and meditate on something. So right now I'm meditating on doing a live video and seeing if anybody finds an interest in it. So I'm going to ask, in regards to this venture of doing a live tarot teaching and reading, if it will bear fruit. So I'm going to draw 3 cards. That's good. That's fantastic. Son of a... So I pulled 3 cards. The first card, you can see, actually, I think it's these 3 down here. So the first card is the Star, which is a great card, and this represents the recent past. So I have all the good intentions. It's got, you'll see there is, okay, not in this deck. In the Rider-Waite deck, she actually is pouring some water. There she's dipping water, and that's about emotion. And then you'll see Stars in the Heavens, that's about your spirituality, but also like being in a good place. The Star is a really, really good card to get. And then at the moment, Temperance. Temperance is exactly what it sounds like. And if you know me, or you read my Facebook, you know I'm not good at this card. Hi, Danny. So as I was saying, Temperance, not my best card, but I'm doing it right now, so that's good. I am being temperate. I'm not out being crazy, so that's great. Here's where I got worried. Here's my future card. This is the Tower in reverse, which I guess is okay. The Tower is, like I said, the Major Arcana is used when within the deck when the universe wants to scream at you, really. It's not an internal struggle. It's like you're on the wrong path sort of ideas. And the Tower means calamity, an unforeseen catastrophe that you cannot avoid. In reverse, occasionally it means that if you heed the cards, you can avoid it. And sometimes it means that you're not avoiding a catastrophe. You're just walking straight into it like a dum-dum. So, hopefully, I heed the warnings of these cards. So, lots of good intention, as long as I keep my good intentions, like I have, and remain temperate. Don't go buy a car, sort of thing. Then maybe I can avoid the downfall of the Tower. And there's a lot of interpretation to these cards. That's one of the more interesting things about it, and why I say that it's meditative more than like predicting. It's setting your intentions and then kind of saying, well, if my intentions are good, where can I get with that? A lot of people see like this, you know, the future is set in stone, and I don't. And so anytime I pull a card of somebody's future, I remind them, like, you don't have to do that. Like, there's always another choice. So Temperance also has water. Emotion, again. And it goes with the Suit of Cups. But it's water. It's not wine. It's water. I was about to say I don't have any wine, but then I'd be lying. So that kind of gives us an idea into this. Into the Major Arcana and the kinds of messages that you can get across with just those cards. And in a regular draw with a full set, you would want to pay extra attention to them because they have definitive meanings, like Temperance or the Hermit, for example. That's a very good example of a card that probably represents a person. And exactly the type of person you'd think he'd be. Like, he's got a dog and a lantern, he lives out in a cabin in the woods. This is about introspection, actually, this particular card. And it is the 9th card in the deck. Which, 9s are about coming through the other side of a transformation. And as you see, he's trying to walk out his front door. We're all trying to walk out our front doors. Okay, we're not all trying to, but it'd be really great if we could right now. Except you wouldn't be here watching me do this. We'd all probably be working. What deck am I using? That is a great question. I am using the Golden Tarot by Cat Black, which I think is a great name. She designed it online. It's based on the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. And, except she went through these Renaissance paintings and she replaced the imagery with images like that she cut and pasted, as the cards. So they look a lot like the Rider-Waite deck, but there are some things that she didn't incorporate, or things that, she did incorporate, that aren't in the Rider-Waite. And I read both decks, so I'll usually, if I'm reading one, talk about the other a little bit. That's a great question. Thank you for asking that. I meant to say that at the top. But of course, you guys have joined me late. So, if you are joining me late, you guys can always go back and watch the beginning of the video. I did talk about some things. I'm totally awkward at the first couple of seconds, minutes, whatever. When am I not awkward? Hi, Carla. Hi, Matt. If you're just joining, you can share this. You can share it with some people in your messenger, or you can share it to your feed if you think somebody might be interested in learning a little more about tarot. So we've covered the Major Arcana, and I didn't expect actually to have 6 people tune in, so that's already great. Yes, I love the Renaissance style too. So then what do we got? We've got the 4 decks that are like your deck of cards. And this is where it kind of gets interesting to me because there's astrology in this. So, for example, let's just start with the deck of wands. Like I said, this is ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Page, knight, queen, king is how it goes. This is the fire deck, the fire suit. As you can see, she's kind of like all up in them fires. The cards are really glossy. I have a non-glossy set, but they're specifically for astrology. Speaking of astrology, this represents the fire signs, like Aries, which I am. So, you know. I actually wore a bunch of green today to remind you that it is spring outside. I know we've been trapped in the house. But I identify a lot with this deck. This deck comes up a lot for me, or this suit. And you'll find that, as far as I said, you know, it's meditating. The cards do weird stuff sometimes where you're just like, I don't believe that just happened. That's weird. So that's the fire sign, wands, because they can catch on fire. Then you have your air sign, and it is not what you would think. Your air sign is swords. Now, fire, wands are actually, you know, symbols of higher learning and education. And swords are symbols of, you know, warfare. But that's your air. Warfare, air, wands catch on fire. I use these little tricks to help me remember, even though I've been doing it for 15 years. Like, there is so much to tarot. Oh, and just so you guys know, I'm happy to do readings. I love doing readings. If you guys want a reading, if you have any questions that you want answered, or you just like want to learn more, message me, or if you have a question, leave it in the comments. Yeah, I'd be happy to answer. If you guys leave questions in the comments, I'll answer them next Tarot Tuesday. Now, both of the decks that we talked about just now, fire and air, are, I don't know if you noticed, stave, sword, kind of phallic. These are masculine decks. These represent masculinity. And you find a lot of that in tarot, masculine and feminine. It's pretty evenly split. Then we come to our feminine cards. And first you have cups, which obviously are symbols of the uterus, in case you were confused. And they also symbolize emotion and movement, and yeah, so there's some fertility in this card, but it's mostly about emotion. And so that's your water sign, is your cups. Water, Pisces, very emotional. Still waters run deep and all that. And then my favorite suit, besides wands, obviously, is the coins. Coins represent earth. Now, this is coins. You'll see other decks that have it say, this set is called the Pentacles, or they'll say that it's shields, but this one chose coins, and that is a perfectly good interpretation. Coins, obviously this particular part of the deck talks about wealth a lot, but it's a symbol of earth, and it's a symbol of femininity and fertility and growth. And so obviously we want our wealth to grow and all of that, and I think that's why people are attracted to it as the name of the suit. But I prefer to think of it as shields, or wombs sort of thing. But, you know, I'm a hippy-dippy person. So, before I leave you guys, I'm going to do one more 3-card pull here. And I'm going to incorporate the lower deck with the Major Arcana. So the minor and major, I'm going to shuffle them. It might take a second. I might have to ask you to like and share the video if you're interested. Ask me for a reading. Get your friends to ask me for readings. And like I said, I love doing this, and I do it for my friends, and I do it out of boredom. I know some people have actually been uncomfortable with me doing it for free, and to them I say I do take gifts. I've exchanged tarot readings. You know, you want to pay me, we'll work it out. If you want to donate something to me over Messenger just to say thanks for doing a little teaching, I'm fine with it. I'm not asking you to do it. I did this for fun and because I haven't put on makeup in 3 months. And I needed a reason to get up today. So, hopefully these are nice and shuffled. And we'll do a quick 3-card reading unless anybody has any more questions. Or feel free to pop up with one during the... So I'm going to ask the same question again. I'm going to ask if people are finding this informative and enjoyable, and if it's a venture that I should stay on. Go live again next Tuesday, maybe. So that's my question. I'm going to draw 3 cards. Okay. Fantastic. They all came up in reverse now. And, hi, Jay. Oh, so sweet. Oh, I don't even have the best part. There we go. Can't tell tarot about my crown, my tiara. So in the first space, I got the 8 of Cups in reverse. Now, 8s are always cards of change. And so in this card, you see somebody leaving behind. See, those cups are full on the ground, and he's just walking away. He's leaving behind an emotional situation. And, perhaps, since it's in reverse, I may need to go back and re-examine that emotional situation, or I may be resisting letting it go. Now, I asked if you guys were enjoying this, and maybe you're not. Maybe I'm too attached to having this be a thing. And then right now, I got the 9 of Wands in reverse. 9 of Wands. I'm going to cheat, guys. I've been studying tarot for like 20 years, and I still use my little cheat book. So, look up 9 of Wands. Now, we're going to remember this is the fire sign. Generally means, yeah, 9s are... at the beginning of cycles. Okay, so right now I'm hitting a little resistance, I guess. So that's okay. Oh, shit. Oh, I promise I'll talk to you soon. And so if I continue on in this manner, I'm going to end up starting out on a journey without my cup full. going out to try to fill up my upside down cup. I don't want that. Nobody wants that. Because like I said, this is the Knight of Cups. Knights, and I was going to get into this a little bit, the royals of the suits tell a story as well of cycles. So you have the page, who is just realizing a journey, and usually it's a more scholarly journey, or a realization that there's a journey to be had. And then you have the knight, who is set out on his quest. So he is, you know, he's the Knight of Cups. He's the Knight of emotional fulfillment. He's the Knight of is a feminine knight. I love that. She's a badass. She's going out there to find herself. I got it in reverse. In reverse, tarot in reverse usually means the opposite of whatever the card means upright. Or it means the card upright, but worse. Like with a 5. Any 5 you get, whether it's upright or reverse, it is bad news. But a knight's not terrible to have upside down. Yeah. And that's the read for that. Now, sometimes at the end of a reading, if you're still not totally clear, or you want just a little more clarity than you got, because I know past, present, future it's like I said, it's the simplest spread, and it's a really easy one to do, but sometimes you're just kind of like, I don't love the outcome, or there's something I'm not understanding, like not really understanding this Nine of Wands, because I'm really surprised at some of the great people watching. Thank you guys so much, by the way. So what you want to do in that situation is draw another card from the deck, and we're gonna do that right now. Interesting. I think I just didn't shuffle well, y'all. I got the Page of Swords, but in reverse, because, hang on. The very next 2 cards, the very next 3 cards are upright. All right? The very 3 next cards out of this deck are upright. But no, I pulled the 4 reverse cards. Of course, it's different reading altogether. Fantastic. Well, that's good news. And I'm not going to tell you what it was. Page of Swords. I'm going to use my cheat book again, just to make sure I get it right, because I don't like to be wrong. I don't like to give out bad information. That's how I feel. So swords, I knew I had that backwards earlier, see? Swords are all about intellect, and staves are all about fighting. Oh, yes, another name for the sword, for the suit of wands is the suit of staves, which makes a lot more sense, by the way, in case you were wondering. So I got the Page of Swords. It's about not starting my intellectual journey correctly, or resisting it. I don't know how that makes sense, because I feel like I'm following it right now. But maybe I need a new teacher. Who knows? Yeah, if you want to trade tarot readings or anything else, let me know. Yeah, message me on Messenger, and I do this over video. And it's one-on-one, which I really love. It's the so it's the one-on-one tarot reading, so you get to ask the question, and it's not about me. I thought about doing a general reading for the world right now, and then I thought that's gonna be exhausting and predictable. So, yeah, if you want to hit me up for a one-on-one reading, I would love that. I do them pretty much whenever I'm stuck in the same houses you are. Oh, I love you guys too, Jared and Charla. You're fantastic. Thank you guys for watching. You're on your way, right? Okay. So yeah, again, if you like what you saw, share it with your friends. If you have any notes, questions, comments, or concerns, maybe some constructive criticism, I'm open to that. And again, you can rewatch the video from the beginning. Like, share. You don't have to send me money. Don't do that. I mean, unless you really want to. I love you too, Amanda. I love you all for watching. And I can't wait to hear from all of you very soon. I know there's a lot of uncertainty in this world right now, and I think that's why the tarot has been so picked up by people. It's a lot of it's a way of looking for a calm in the storm, you know. It's about safety, this kind of meditation. Divination is about wanting to know that you're going to be okay. And, you know, honestly, guys, I don't know that we're going to be okay. If you know me, you know that I have an anxiety disorder, and I would never say that. But I hope we are, and I'm gonna put my energy towards that. And I want to thank you guys for joining me to do something fun and take your mind off things for a while, even though I just put them back on it. So thank you, and I will see you next Tarot Tuesday. Bye, guys.